หักอยู่ดีๆแล้ว
Tonight, we look at 6 disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. Real moments, real danger. Don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying footage like this. Let's begin. In September 2024, a YouTuber named Megan shared a disturbing personal experience in a video titled, "I was attacked in the woods by a man," posted to her channel Megan page. While her usual content focuses on day-to-day lifestyle topics, including travel vlogs and personal updates across the United States, this particular video stood out due to its unsettling nature. Megan had planned a solo camping trip to a forested area in Humboldt County, California. Her intention was to disconnect from the pressures of daily life and enjoy some quiet, peaceful time alone in nature. The early part of the video shows Megan speaking casually to her audience, sharing thoughts and updates as she relaxes in the woods. Everything seems uneventful, until it isn't. Just minutes after settling in, Megan suddenly began hearing footsteps approaching from an unknown direction. What followed was a tense and frightening encounter with a stranger deep in the forest.
When I got home from the psychiatric facility, there were cockroaches in my bed. Can you believe that? So that's why I'm in Humboldt. That's why I'm back in Humboldt. I'm staying at my dad's again, and then I come to the woods for like 4 hours and decompress. And then I go back home, and then he acts like nothing happens. Like a true narcissist. Like a true narcissist here. Okay, well you scared me.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sweetheart, don't worry.
Okay, I'm
You're
sorry.
probably more dangerous than me. You're probably more evil than me. Look at your bomb. Little stoner.
Okay, that was terrifying. What the f? I'm shaking. That was scary. It's coming right at me. And so obviously I'm gonna be scared. And then he's like, "You're probably more scary than me. Your dark hair and your veins."
A man, completely unannounced, emerged holding what appeared to be a broken bottle. Megan quickly realized the danger and began backing away while recording the situation. Although the man tried to reassure her that he wasn't dangerous, his sudden appearance, erratic behavior, and threatening posture were enough to raise serious red flags. Megan chose not to take any chances. She gathered her things and started to walk away while still filming, keeping distance between herself and the man. Despite his repeated attempts to engage her in conversation, Megan did not stop. Fortunately, the man did not pursue her, and she made it safely out of the woods without further incident. While the man's true intentions remain unclear, his initial behavior, approaching someone alone in the woods while holding a broken bottle, suggests the possibility of harm. It's plausible that seeing a camera pointed at him may have changed his course of action. The recording could have served as a deterrent, forcing him to act more composed once he realized he was being documented. Would the outcome have been different if Megan hadn't been filming? Or was this just a frightening misunderstanding in the middle of nowhere? Either way, it's a chilling reminder of how vulnerable solo travelers can be, even in broad daylight. Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. In June of 2021, a chilling video was uploaded by a YouTuber named Corey to his channel The Abandoned Boys. Known for urban exploration content, Corey frequently visits deserted and eerie places across the United States, often encountering unsettling events along the way. In this particular upload, Corey decided to investigate a secluded forest near Martinsville, Virginia. This forest has long been rumored to be a site for satanic rituals, with locals claiming it's haunted and still used for occult activity at night. Despite these ominous rumors, Corey set out to explore the area, completely alone, in the dead of night. As the exploration began, Corey trekked deeper into the forest, hoping to reach the alleged ritual site. It wasn't long before strange noises began echoing from the trees around him.
That's some dangerous backwoods. Don't too much know the story about it out here, but heard a lot of stuff goes on out here. So I'm here tonight to check it out. Come with me on this journey. Much love, much respect. Let's get it. Kind of far in, hiked in kind of far. Hopefully it all goes well, but definitely creepy. That's what we're working with tonight. Hearing some. You hear that? What the hell?
The sounds were difficult to identify, but bore an unsettling resemblance to the cries of a cat.
Whoa. What the f... Yeah, hear that?
Intrigued and cautious, Corey continued his investigation. As he moved closer to the source of the sounds, the atmosphere became more intense. That's when things escalated dramatically.
What the hell is that? What's that? What the f... What the hell? Y'all seeing this? Shh. Y'all see this? What the hell is that? Hey, what's going on? Shit. Scratch this film.
While filming, Corey stumbled upon a group of individuals cloaked in black, apparently in the middle of some sort of ritual. One of them quickly noticed him and, without warning, pulled out a weapon and started walking toward him. Corey called out, but received no response. The figure continued advancing in silence. Recognizing the threat, Corey began backing away before eventually turning and running out of the forest, escaping the situation unharmed. It's unclear whether the group meant to harm Corey or were simply startled by his presence. However, the fact that one of them reacted with a weapon suggests they were prepared to defend their secrecy. It's possible they were conducting an actual ritual, or attempting to scare off intruders. Was Corey just in the wrong place at the wrong time, or did he unknowingly interrupt something far more dangerous than he realized? Either way, this footage stands as one of the most disturbing encounters caught deep in the woods. In 2021, YouTuber Matt Field uploaded a tense and eerie video documenting a night he spent alone in a remote cave deep in the Australian wilderness. The idea came after a friend shared a disturbing experience from that very same location, and dared Matt to see if he could make it through the night on his own. Unlike most outdoor channels, Matt's content pushes the limits of solitude and survival. His videos frequently show him disappearing off-grid for days, relying solely on fishing and hunting for sustenance. In this particular adventure, he took things a step further by heading into the unknown, without bringing any drinking water, hoping to find a natural source inside the cave itself. After hiking for nearly 4 hours through desolate terrain, Matt finally reached the cave. He descended into it using a man-made ladder and began exploring the narrow tunnels and crevices within. At first, things seemed manageable, but not long into the night, strange things began happening.
That is beautiful. Baked beans in a haunted cave. Oh my fucking God. That was the sound. That is the sound. Did you hear that? Look at my arms. I got full goosebumps. It's the chains moving when I climb down the ladder. It's a big, heavy, thick chain. Wind can't move that. Holy shit.
He began to hear rocks falling near the entrance, followed by the unmistakable sound of footsteps, or possibly an animal, moving through the cave. As time passed, Matt admitted on camera that he was starting to feel as if he was being watched.
That chain moved just then. It is 100% now. I heard it before. I'm 100% certain it's the chain that I walked in, that you climbed down into this cave on. It's moving. Now, you can't move that chain with wind. It's way too heavy. There is no wind coming in here. There's no wind even for... Holy shit. Oh my fucking God. You must have heard that just then. Look at my arms, dude. Oh, this is fucked. It's not normal. It's definitely not a normal sound, and I'm scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. That sound, it was not normal. It's probably about 2 hours, 2.5 hours after I checked in with you guys, so it would be around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and that sound was not normal. I'm getting out of here.
Then, just before 11 p.m. while having dinner, things escalated. He heard an eerie clinking noise. Upon investigating, he realized the heavy metal chain he had used to climb into the cave was moving. Despite the fact that there was no wind, and it would be nearly impossible for air currents to shift something that heavy. Visibly shaken, Matt debated whether to pack up and leave. For a brief moment, he decided to stay close to the cave entrance rather than venture deeper. But at around 1 to 2 a.m., he heard a new, even more unnerving sound, hissing noises that eerily resembled human whispers. Despite looking around with his flashlight, he couldn't locate any source for the sounds. While there's no concrete explanation for the noises or the moving chain, one possibility is the presence of large animals or a hidden squatter living deep inside the cave. The idea of encountering someone, or something, living in total isolation underground adds a psychological layer to the fear Matt experienced. If it was a person, the danger could have been even more real than any animal encounter. Why did the chain move if there was no wind? And what was making those whispering sounds in the darkness? Whether it was natural, paranormal, or something far stranger, Matt chose not to return to that cave again. And after watching this video, it's easy to see why. In January 2025, a British content creator named James uploaded a tense and unsettling video titled "Scary Van Life, Park Up Caught on Camera" to his channel By the Curb. Known for his travel vlogs and outdoor adventures, James regularly shares moments from his solo road trips across the UK, often while living out of his camper van. In this particular video, he set out on a solo journey to Sunderland, a city located in the northeast of England. After a full day of driving, James arrived and parked his van near a roadside location to settle in for the night. Initially, the atmosphere seemed calm and quiet, but that would change just a few hours later.
On the front, the father was a bit. His father, his grandfather, was a pitman, and I'm the back. He's not working over. I'm not the third door. I'm not the private age. I'm not a first, it's an English footballer. Now, Reef, I don't know what it means. You can see when you put on the dead people who you're supposed to look. Construct, I've never heard before. I've got a new modern technology. You've got fucking stuff like this on there. You're a cameraman.
Not long after falling asleep, James was startled awake by unexpected noises coming from outside his van. Upon looking out, he was shocked to see a man standing close to the vehicle, shouting incoherently and staring directly at him. The man's speech was difficult to make out, but his tone was aggressive and erratic.
Still there, look.
It's coming back.
For nearly 10 minutes, he continued yelling and knocking on the window of the van, showing no sign of backing off. James, alone and unarmed, debated whether to confront the stranger or remain inside. Considering the potential risk of the man being armed or unstable, James chose to stay put, hoping the intruder would eventually leave. At one point, it seemed the man had walked away, only to return moments later, continuing the outburst. James kept quiet, refrained from escalating the situation, and stayed locked inside the van. Thankfully, after some time, the stranger wandered off and did not return. Although the man's intentions remain unclear, his behavior suggested he may have been under the influence or mentally unstable. His aggressive knocking and rambling could have been an attempt to lure James outside or simply provoke a confrontation. Van lifers are often vulnerable in remote park-up locations, and encounters like this can turn dangerous quickly. James's decision to remain inside likely prevented the situation from escalating. Was this a random encounter with someone intoxicated, or did the man have more malicious plans for whoever he might have found sleeping inside the van? One thing is clear. For solo travelers, safety sometimes comes down to making the right decision in a split second. In July 2024, YouTuber Dorina released a chilling video titled "Scary Place in the Haunted Pine Barrens" on her channel, The Walking Cam. Known for her urban exploration content, Dorina frequently documents her visits to haunted or long-abandoned sites across the United States. This particular video takes viewers deep into the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, where she set out to explore the remains of the abandoned Silica Sand Company. For those unfamiliar, the Pine Barrens spans over 1.1 million acres, accounting for nearly 22% of New Jersey's landmass. While it attracts outdoor enthusiasts with its trails and campsites, the area also holds a darker reputation. Its thick, remote forests have long been associated with illegal activity and have served as cover for various criminal operations throughout history. Despite this, Dorina chose to explore the site alone. After making her way deep into the forest, Dorina eventually reached the decaying ruins of the old factory. The area was in poor condition, with rusted equipment, collapsed structures, and strange graffiti scrawled across the remaining walls. She filmed the area and then decided to continue deeper into the woods. That's when the exploration took a much darker turn. Dorina came across a group of trees, each one plastered with missing person posters. The sheer number of them, combined with the remote location, immediately raised red flags. The presence of these posters in such an isolated area hinted at something far more sinister than simple vandalism. Given the Pine Barrens' historical ties to illicit activity, several possibilities emerge. The posters may have been placed by someone seeking to mock or taunt authorities. There's even the disturbing theory that a serial offender could be behind it, leaving the posters as part of a pattern or as a misdirection. Some criminals are known to leave behind disturbing trophies or clues to claim credit or throw investigators off. While there's no confirmed explanation for what Darina discovered, the implications are undeniably unsettling. Was this simply an elaborate prank meant to scare explorers? Or did Darina unknowingly stumble into something much darker, something that may still be happening within the shadows of the Pine Barrens? In October 2023, a British YouTuber named Mike shared a chilling video on his channel Novice Wild Camper, titled, "The Woods I Will Never Camp In Again." Mike's channel focuses on wild camping across the UK, where he documents solo trips and shares the ups and downs of outdoor life. In this video, Mike set out on a solo overnight trip to an undisclosed wooded location somewhere in the UK. After hiking deep into the forest, he chose a spot to set up camp, hoping for a quiet evening in nature. While scouting the area, he noticed some unusual footprints on the trail, but assumed they were from a dog walker and continued on without much concern. After settling in and showing his audience the gear he brought along, Mike mentioned hearing some strange sounds nearby. He dismissed them at first, thinking it might just be small animals. As night fell, he had dinner and eventually turned in for the night.
And I jumped up, unzipped it, put my torch on, and there's a rock on the floor that wasn't there when I went to bed. And I lay back down, and I'm just laying there listening. Then another one. Then another one. This went on 3 or 4 times at least. And then a large branch. There was no crack. There wasn't like a crack and then a crash. Just a large branch hit my tarp. It bounced the tarp down onto the hammock and then bounced off the tent. And every time I jumped up and got out, there was no movement, there was no nothing. Now, I don't know what.
But around 3 a.m., the situation took a turn. Mike was abruptly awakened by rocks hitting the side of his tent. Startled, he listened closely. The noises grew louder and seemed to be drawing closer to where he was sleeping. Every time he exited the tent to investigate, everything would fall silent. Yet, as soon as he lay back down, the disturbances would start again. One rock even landed beside his hammock out of nowhere. Then came a loud thud from a falling branch.
A bit like when you first start camping, everything sounds a bit weird, and woodland I think is worse than any other place you can camp, because you hear, well obviously it's full of creatures and animals running around, and twigs on the floor, so you hear everything snapping and cracking and breaking. But you get used to it after a while, and you just get to enjoy it. But this was not enjoyable, not in the slightest. I've never actually had shivers run up my spine. This doesn't land coming down, it bounces towards me. It hit the floor and was still rolling towards me.
The pattern repeated. No movement when checked, but continuous noises when alone. Disturbed and unnerved, Mike eventually left the tent and retreated to his car, where he waited until sunrise. At daybreak, he cautiously returned to the campsite, only to hear the strange noises once more.
He went, "You're brave." I said, "Why is that?" And he went, "People have done it before, no one's lasted." I said, "What do you mean?" And he just laughed and he went, "You know what I mean." I walked off. And I'm like, yeah, this is just doubled my thoughts of never coming back to this place again. I won't pinpoint where it is. I don't think anyone will probably find it, and not anyone local enough around here that will know about it anyway. But yeah, I won't pinpoint it to say avoid this place, but I'm never going to come back here again, which is such a...
Trees rustled with no visible source, and another object struck near his shelter. As Mike began packing, another heavy object landed, bounced, and rolled toward him, prompting him to immediately leave the area. While walking back to his vehicle, something else happened. Just as he exited the woods, Mike encountered a man walking along the isolated road near the forest. The stranger greeted him and casually asked if Mike had been camping in the woods. After Mike confirmed, the man responded cryptically, saying that no one usually lasted the night there and that people had died before. When Mike asked for clarification, the man simply laughed and walked away without explanation. The unexplained noises and falling objects could suggest wildlife, but the repeated, targeted impacts and timing feel too precise to dismiss entirely. The stranger's eerie comment only deepens the mystery. Was he warning Mike, or was he somehow involved? It's impossible to know for sure. Was Mike the target of an elaborate prank? Did he unknowingly camp near someone hiding in the woods? Or was it something far more sinister, perhaps even paranormal? With the man's warning still lingering and the exact location kept secret, the truth behind this bizarre experience remains unknown. That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.